Test, test, test. Test, test, test. I hope that you're working.
In both places. So I'm Tracy Irby. I'm the director of the Center for Women Entrepreneurs. If you have not been here before, we are funded by the state legislature just to promote women entrepreneurs anywhere in the state of Texas. You don't have to be affiliated with TWU to take advantage of all the free services that we have. We are part of the larger Jane Nelson Institute for Women's Leadership. They're dedicated to preparing women to take on successful roles in business and public service. We have a new center, the Center for Leadership Research and Workforce Development. So hopefully they'll have their director very soon for that one. And then there's the Center for Women in Government as well. I always like to introduce our staff. Who you saw over here is Lourdes Ramboa. She's our Associate Director of Business Development. Kimberly Nielsen is online. She is our statewide program manager and our online hostess. Barbara Ranke, you probably saw her when you were coming in. She's our program director. And then Brielle, you may have seen her back there or in here. She's our program coordinator. So again, that's us. And now we want to know a little bit about you. So every time we go around the room, we ask everyone to say what their name and what their business is. And all of you that are online, we ask them to do the same thing. We send the chat out afterwards with the slides if our speaker lets us, yes. All of that you'll receive afterwards. So I'm going to start right there with you.
We ask you to use the mic so that they can
hear even better.
Hi, my name is Valerie Durka. I am the founder of Tech Figures. I am a software development company. Yeah, that's it. I also have a company called Homeschool Tool, where it's an app. And I also have stickers that I had designed. They're customized. They're not, like, you can't get them anywhere else. Denton Square is my therapy. Denton Days, Texas Nights, not Dallas, not Fort Worth, just Denton. And keep Denton Lab. So if anyone wants a sticker, see me afterwards.
My name is Gina Vanacore, and I am the owner of Mosaic Leadership Group, which is a boutique consulting firm focusing on organization analysis, leadership development, and employee engagement.
My name is Susan Tricetti. It was really loud, so I'm trying not to say that. But I'm a realtor in Denton. I work with renters. I work with buyers and sellers. And I'm also a property manager, which not very many realtors are. So if you know anybody, let me know. Susan Tricetti, Dragonfly Realty.
Good morning, I'm Trisha Chaman with Grace and Grit Wellness Coaching and Consulting. I do a whole host of things. I work with women pre-pregnancy all the way to pregnancy, postpartum, kiddos back to school, maybe I go back to work, or empty nesting. There's just lots of transitions in there, and I'm here to help you through that. And then I also help parents who have children with special needs and may need some support on the school side to help their child have the best educational experience. So Trisha with Grace and Grit Wellness Coaching and Consulting.
Good morning, my name is Martha Ortiz and I'm with AC Movers. We take care of all your moving needs all around DFW area, in state and out of state.
Erica Rodriguez, and I work with her. Okay, my name is Sandra Moreno. I work with Frost Bank as a business officer, and everything that you need, like a business account, loan, for your business, commercial property, yes, all the stuff that you need for your business, we can help you with that. Yes.
Hi everyone, good morning.
Where does it stand? My name is Katie. I'm the founder of Menina Insight Consulting. I work with women who are navigating personal or professional transition. I combine emotional insight with high-level strategy to help them move forward with action and clarity and confidence.
I agree about not knowing where to stand.
I'm
I'm April Bass. I'm the founder of The Grains Architect, and she's been around. I work with nonprofits and mission-based organizations to make their programs much more competitive in order to secure more funding.
I am Leslie Ritchie Smith. I'm a foot and ankle surgeon here in Denton, and I own a clinic.
I'm just standing way over here. My name is Catherine Allen. I'm the founder of Perfect Good Enoughs. I support women, long-term caregivers, specifically moms of children and adults with medically complexity, disabilities, stuff like that. I provide trauma honest, grief literate, somatic practices that support them while they have to live in survival mode.
Good morning, my name is Renee Houston. I am a licensed massage therapist and owner of Reconnect DFW, right across the university over there within Shambhala Wellness. I support individuals living with complex medical conditions and their caregivers, and complex trauma through massage.
Stand up. So, my name is May Lee, and I'm founder of Mo Girl LLC. I'm a former PhD scientist, and then I became an executive recruiter for biotech and pharmaceutical. But right now, I'm following and studying the transitions women are making in the age of AI and how that's impacting careers, work, wealth, and retirement.
Hi, I'm Audrey with Heart Media. We are a local social media agency that helps businesses scale through social media marketing. We do everything from the market research to the content creation, execution, and the data follow-up. And we recently secured our permanent podcasting studio, which we're building out. So if you're interested in podcasting, let me know.
Good morning, my name is Lauren Huber, and I'm the fitness membership director at Back Body's Gym here in Denton. And then we have the other Lauren, the owner too.
Morning, my name is Lauren Garrett, and I'm owner of, well, actually, my husband, I can't leave him out. Perfect Body's Gym here in Denton. We are a 24/7 private gym who specializes in personalized individual training as well as recovery and mobility.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. I'm Marie Fox. Hi, Susan.
I am the owner of
Headquarters and Fox and Hound Pet Photography. I'm your local photographer. Nice to meet everybody.
Well, good morning, okay, on time. My name is Rita Stevens. I am the founder of a nonprofit organization called Silent Voices, and we provide advocacy and support for special needs children and their families. I also represent another organization called Unexpected Patterns, which is a consulting firm where I do public speaking workshops and things like that. So look to connect with you guys.
Good morning, my name is Keisha Ortiz. I'm a real estate investor, and I use in real estate to fund my nonprofit called Oasis Women's Center, and we provide transitional housing for women that are recovering from drug and alcohol addiction.
Good morning, everyone. I am Krista. I am the founder of Workforce Reset Rise, and we are working with your students to help prepare them for today's workforce. Nice to meet you all.
Good morning. I'm owner operator of Bright Smiles by Heather. My name is Heather Walker. I offer professional affordable teeth whitening. I have a private studio here on the Denton Square, and I'm also mobile. I can come to your home or office. Hi. And prettiest thing you can wear is a smile.
Good morning, my name is Eileen. I am originally Houstonian, but I've been here in Denton for 10 years now. And I work for a local women-owned business that focuses on marketing, such as PR, consulting, social media marketing. And so I'm just excited to be here, learn more about how business operate and what we can do to help y'all grow.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hannah McGinty. I'm the owner of Propedia. We do social media, content creation, marketing, podcasting. We're based here right in Denton, and we just opened up our new podcast studio.
All right, thank you, everyone. I'm going to introduce our speaker, but before we start again, I just want to remind everyone you will receive a copy of the replay and the resources after the event. All right, so I'm very pleased to announce our speaker for today, Stephanie Freeman. She is an AI literacy consultant, Army veteran, and founder of the Supervisor Corner LLC from overwhelm to empowered, a practical AI literacy workshop for women business owners. Drawing on her proprietary 4C framework, connect, communicate, collaborate, and conquer, and 20 plus years of HR and leadership experience, Stephanie will help us cut through the tech overwhelm to lead with a personalized AI action plan that we can put to work right away. So please join me in welcoming Stephanie.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Tracy, for that. I am so honored and privileged, feel privileged to stand before you today to talk to you about AI. And the reason why I call this workshop From Overwhelmed to Empowered is very personal. Okay? Very, very personal. The reason why that I say that it's personal is because I'm one of those people, when I hear about new stuff that's going on, honey, I jump right in. Had no clue. And I was introduced to, anybody familiar with ChatGPT? ChatGPT, before I even knew what it was, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I was in it. And I probably could tell you that I was all wrong when I was in it, okay? Just putting stuff in there. There was no guidance for me, not anything. And that can be very dangerous. We'll talk a little bit about that as we go through. But here's what I would tell you in setting the expectations for today. Nothing that I'm going to say to you is probably anything that you've heard before. Nothing is that I'm going to talk about is rocket science, okay? But what it will be is fuel for the rocket that you are, okay? What does fuel do for you?
Makes you go.
That's right, it gets you going. So this is an opportunity to empower you to be able to do, sorry, got a new clicker here, to do this. See how AI can help your business. A part of that overwhelm that I had was I was looking to learn all these different tools and stuff. And do you all know that there are many and plenty that continue to go on and on? Would you agree with me? All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you what that gets you. It gets you broke, okay? It gets you confused. Raise your hand. I see a lot of smiles if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit as we go through. But before the day ends, you're going to have a framework. Now, with this framework, it is Stephanie's framework. Remember, I talked about the fuel? But as you begin to work, you can use this framework to help you to get started. But don't forget, you can also develop your own that helps you to go through, okay? You're going to have a roadmap, something that you can follow through, take steps on as you are learning. And then we're also going to talk, because we don't do anything without taking some action, okay? We're going to plan where you can take some action for at least one of the actions that you want to take or activities that you want to do in your business to help you. All right, everybody with me?
Yeah.
All right. Everybody in here have a phone. I want you to take out your phone right now. And I want you to look at this QR code right here, okay? And what I want you to do is answer the question of, how do you feel about AI today? Just type it in and submit it once you have it up. Is it coming up? Okay, if it's not, don't worry about it. I want you to just shout out for me. How do you feel about AI today?
Intimidated.
Okay, Leslie says intimidated. Okay,
Excited.
excited. What else?
It's really helpful for me in all the ways. It's a very helpful resource in my life.
All right, I heard helpful resource in my everyday. So if it's helpful resource in your everyday, you work for banking, you want to make sure that you are putting in the right things and information and all of that, correct? Very good. Thank you for that. Anybody else? I can tell you the word for me was curious. It made me very, very curious. How can it do? But I was asking that question about the different tools. So I want to plant the right seed for you. When you get curious about it, what you want to do is be curious about that problem. What can it help me to solve in my business? You're going to hear me say that over and over again. What problem am I trying to solve for? Okay. What problem am I trying to solve for? Yeah, I said that's right because I wanted y'all to write it down. Just keep that in mind, right? I want that to be on tape. All right. So I hear a lot. Again, you heard that I'm in human resources and everybody thinks that AI is going to take over their job. It's going to do that. Entrepreneurs, we feel the same way. I could see it from both sides, right? It's going to take over everything. They're not going to need me. Not true. Okay. For those of us who understand and embrace it and stay curious about it, it's going to help us to move forward. Okay. So we have to, that's a mindset thing. Okay. That helps us not to be afraid of, okay, what is not just coming, but what is here. Okay. Here's our opportunity. And again, it's learning how to solve business problems with AI. Now, a part of what I do and want you to understand is what's behind it. The understanding what AI can and cannot do. And ladies and gentlemen, it can do a lot. And they're learning more every day. Okay. Choosing the right AI tools. When I say that very lightly. Again, I encourage you, and hear me good. Choose one to start off with. How many of you are already using an AI tool in your business? Okay. One or two of you tell me what that is.
Claude.
Okay, Claude.
Lovable.
Lovable.
Chat.
Gemini.
Chat.
Chat GPT.
Microsoft Stellan.
Say again.
Microsoft Stellan.
Okay.
Right.
So you hear all the different tools. Do you need all of them? So for those of you online, I hear shakings of the head of no. You know why you don't need all of them? One of the reasons why you don't is because they're all competing against each other anyway. When I first started from ChatGPT, I went to Claude, I went to Perplexity, I went to Gemini, I went to Copilot. I was like, Lord, okay, well, what am I doing here? I was confusing myself. And when I took the step back to really look at them, I could see, and I'm studying, okay? I'm studying each one, that each one of them was giving me, might be a little bit different, but it was really the same thing. I could go through and do the same thing. So I encourage you to choose one, okay? I'm going to go to apply AI strategically. What do you mean by that, Stephanie? What I mean is that you learn from that tool. Here's a good tip. If you're using any one of those tools, ChatGPT, Lovable, Perplex, any of those, take their direction that they have, that they talk to you about, and input it into it as a prompt. Everybody know what a prompt is? Okay? Until I want you to do all the things. I want you to make sure you're doing all the things that you say you can do. Okay? I want you to do them. I am telling you what I want you to do. I want you to do what you said you were going to do. And I do it often because it changes every day, right? But whatever tool that you are using, ladies, I don't see any gentlemen in here, but ladies, whatever tool you are using, okay, teach it how to teach you. You learn from that tool. I'm gonna say it again, you learn from that tool. Oh, I cannot forget, use AI ethically. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that. It is very important, ladies and gentlemen, when I talk about any information that personal, PII, personal information in there. You do not want to do that. I have taught workshops with churches with older members in that, and I make sure that's one of the first things that they know. Do not put personal information in there. If you're using it on your job, which I have, I do not put employee data in there, okay? There's a lot of legislation that is coming out about AI. Different states are doing different things. If you're online, which that's where we are, right? You want to make sure you understand what the requirements are, okay? Because guess what? ChatGPT now, it might have started not making videos, it might have started not making graphics, but guess what? It's doing it now, okay? All of them are doing that. And you want to ensure that you are always in line with the policies, the procedures, and the guidelines, okay? That's a commitment that you need to make not only to yourselves, but to your customers, your clients, and anyone that you are working with, that you will do your absolute best to protect their information at all costs, okay? That is a big concern and a big work. And then you let people know that you're using it. That's the other thing. If I am customizing training for someone, or I've had people that say, could you, Stephanie, you're my friend and you use that AI thing. I want you to edit my book for me. All right, your book is about 100 chapters and it's really long and I don't have a lot of time. Now I know that I can stick your book inside of ChatGPT and it can help me to edit it out a little bit. I know these things, right? But I want to make sure that you know that that's what the process I would be using. And the last thing that I would say to you is you are the expert. You are the expertise. Okay. So you always have to double check what that platform is telling you. Okay. You have to double check it. A lot of people get into the habit of copy and paste. They never look at it. None of these platforms, as much as we would like for them to be, shoot, I would like to be 100% right all the time. It's not, okay? So I want you to keep that in mind. We always, what we call in the human resources world, and when I study, is the human in the loop. You can write that one down. Keep the human, that's you, that's me, in the loop. You will verify everything, okay? Verify everything. All right, let's get to the framework that I use for myself. Now, this framework didn't start out as anything that's AI. This framework came from the Supervisor Corner as leadership development, okay? But I asked the Lord who gave me, okay, I love the Lord. I don't put that off on anybody else, but it's my preference. I said, what do I need to do? Do I need to just get it from change what you've already given? He said, no, you can keep it the same because look what you see. We talk about connect. That's the first one. How do people find you, Stephanie? And how can AI help me to bring clients and customers to me? Okay. How can AI help me to retain them? Because once you get them, you want to keep them, right? Anybody in here don't, you're in the wrong room. Okay. All right. Communicate. How do I communicate with them in a message that keeps them connected to me? When I go out online, what type of blog information do I need? What do I need? What are their pain points? What do I need to talk about in that podcast that I want to start? And I will talk to these ladies in the room. Okay. Help me to understand that. Help me to digest my ideas. Okay. To put them in there. And when you use my ideas, show how I can use that to communicate to those I'm connected with. Okay. Did I tell you it wasn't rocket science? You just have to be aware of it. Collaborate. In business, we collaborate with a lot of different people, right? Sometimes I am sitting just with a friend having lunch and we're talking about ideas and I'm scribbling down. Some people talk about that napkin thing. I always keep something. My purse, I'm recording, I'm doing something, okay? And then I want to go, or I've met them in a meeting on Zoom and I've got all of these notes, okay? how can I use AI to help me digest and make sense of all of these different notes? Did you know that you could take a picture of your notes and you could upload? I see I got one in the room. Did you know that? And it will summarize it for you. Okay, it will break it down, but then after it summarizes it, what do you have to do?
Review.
Thank you. I heard edit, I heard review. Say again? Yeah, verify. That's it.
Format.
Come on with the format. Okay, all right. Now I will take a pause since you mentioned that word and talked about format. Do you know that you can put a prompt into whatever whatever platform you're using, and you can say that each time this is the format that I want you to use. So every time it knows how you want it because it learns who? You. That's right, because it's learning about you. And then the last one is my conquer. That means I've taken all of this right here and I'm using that information to help me to start, to help me to scale, to help me to actually execute. So conquer is always going to be your execution field. Okay, you've gathered all of the information that you need. Now it's time to conquer the world. I always feel like I'm doing it. Do y'all feel like that when you've done something well? I feel like I know I got something else to do, but I definitely feel like I've conquered something. If it's only just one thing, and I'm gonna tell you, ladies, as entrepreneurs, we need that. Okay, some of us are totally solopreneurs. We're the only ones doing this. Okay, and so we need to feel that win. So that is your stage right there to do that. Now, it wasn't supposed to go forward, but let's keep moving. All right. As you can see in my framework, okay, again, I say my framework, you can use it, but don't be afraid to develop your own, okay, for your business. All of this is connected. It is a continuous cycle that I use, okay? Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. All right, so now let's break each one of them down. Here's where you can pull out your little PDF guide that you have. Some of you may have already started on it. When we look at connect, and you may not be able to do it all in the room, but you're gonna have it and you can take it with you and you can fill this out later. Okay. So where do I find my customers? Where do you find your customers currently? How do they connect with you? Do you know? Do you know how your customers get to you now? How do they find you?
I use Nextdoor. I get most of mine from Nextdoor.
I love Nextdoor. I haven't
Because
used it been here, but
neighbors.
California was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes. I've lived all over the world, y'all. That was my last stop before here. But yes, that's very good. Nextdoor. All right. Where else do we find our customers?
Google.
Google. Yes, Google.
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Very good one.
Google's our number one.
Google is your number one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if for those of you in the room who already know where your customers are coming from, or you feel like you know, that's data that I'm sure that you have that's backing that up. You can put that data, listen to me, everybody, inside of the platform that you're using. Okay. You can put that data in there and then ask the system to show you, okay, how can I improve on this? How can I make this even better? How can we rescale this even more to make it more effective? All right. So you know where it is. If you don't know where it's coming from, let me help you out. Here's a great prompt. Notice on the prompt what it says. It says you are a marketing strategist. What did I just do to my platform? I gave it an assignment. You work for me now. And I need on this one right here, I need you to be my marketing strategist. Okay. All right. So ask me questions about my business until you understand how customers currently discover me. All right. And then recommend 3 ways. You can ask for more if you want to, but don't overwhelm yourself. Okay. 3 ways AI could help me attract more customers and strengthen customer relationships. So not only am I telling it as my marketing strategist, do I want you to bring them to me, but I want you to give me ways that I can retain them. I want to keep the money coming in, even when I'm asleep. I want it to come in, and I will tell I will tell Chat that, or Claude's my friend, he's my strategist, okay? Does that make sense to everybody? All right, so again, here's the key. This is not just a prompt. You can just put it in there and say, hey, tell me how to find my customer. All right, let's give it an assignment, okay? Let's mark it. If you don't know what to give them exactly, what do I tell it it needs to be? Go to Google or ask it. All right, this is the problem I'm trying to solve for. Who can you be for me? What employee can you be for me today? Okay, talk to it. Don't be scared. Tell them what you want it to do. Okay, now because we couldn't do a live demonstration, I wanted to kind of add something in here, some results that you might get once it comes, and note that everybody's result when you put your information in is going to be different. Okay, just like different systems do different things, but it's most of my customers, I tell it, most of my customers come from referrals and a Facebook page I barely update. That was very true for me, okay? And then Chat comes back and tells me, based on what you shared with me, okay, here's some of the things that you could do. You could do an automated review request, a short thank you, but it's going to tell you how you can follow up with these clients or potential clients, okay? Now, again, I'd be very interested, and I'll do something at the end where y'all can tell me what you're finding, okay? Here's a tip. Love to tell you. Notice I dropped little gems in there for you, okay? Don't ask, what AI tool should I use? What are you going to ask?
What business problem am I trying to solve?
What business problem am I trying to solve for? Period. We want to solve problems or challenges for our business so that our business can move forward. What tool we use, that'll come, okay? All right, let's talk about communicate, okay? So you find who's your ideal customer. Some of you in here are just now starting. Some of you know who your ideal customers are, right? If you don't know, don't worry about it. Somebody in the room tell me what we're going to do before I even go to the next page. If I don't know who my ideal customer is, what is something I can do? Ooh. All right, you got this big thing called I'm gonna ask. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna tell ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Lovable. I'm gonna tell them what I do because that's something you do know, right? And then I'm gonna say, tell me who my ideal customer is and what their pain points are. Because if everything you want to know what their pain points are, right? But you want to know how to communicate with them. So, prompt example, help me define my ideal customer. Ask me questions one at a time until you understand my business. Watch out now, because I can tell you right now, Chat gonna ask you a whole bunch of questions and you need to answer them, okay? What is Chat doing? What is that platform doing?
Learning.
It is learning. Yes, ma'am. It's learning about you and your business. And once it understands that, it can give you even more. Okay? Even more. And then it tells you what? You're telling it to then create your customer profile. So now, what's your name in the back? Right here again? Keisha? Miss Keisha. Because I thought you said you didn't know. I thought I saw your head. She said she didn't know. Then you're going to know. Okay, it's going to help you to understand who your customer is, right? So again, here's a demonstration I want of what it should be in your workbook. It kind of tells you what you might get back from that. All right. And then again, remember the information that you put in, it's going to carry through. Okay, it is going to carry through. Here's the tip for you on this. Before I even get to this one, keep it in the same thread. Does everybody know what I mean when I say the same trick? Okay, so if I start out with a chat, I want to keep it within the same chat. Okay, so it's going to make sure it connects everything for you. Notice I threw that feedback in there. It's gonna connect everything for you. But here's another literacy tip. AI cannot read your mind. It would be so lovely if it could. Honey, I would love to. Okay, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Some things I don't need to know, okay? All right, but context creates better answers, okay? And let me say this, garbage in, garbage out. I don't know how many times we got that repeated to us in my HR course about that, garbage in, garbage out, okay? That doesn't mean that, oh, I need to be scared about, except for that personal stuff we talked about, things ethically you're not supposed to put in, right? But just because I, put something in there and I was like, that's not what I meant. You can course correct with any of these platforms, okay? You can course correct, just like I can come back if I said something wrong to you guys, I can come back and correct it. You can do the same thing with the platform, okay? But again, garbage in, all right. Collaborating. I mentioned earlier that we work with a lot of people, we do Zoom meetings, we do all of these different meetings and things, all right? We start to get our clients. We start to build, because you're growing, right? You're conquering, you're growing, you're going to add to your team. You need to know how to properly collaborate with them, okay? In one case, I just learned this morning that one even collaborate with their spouse. Okay, that's what I have to do. He's going with me tomorrow to a workshop. So I need to know better how to give him instruction. Okay, yeah, he needs instruction. All right, don't walk over here, don't do it. I got it, okay? But need to learn better how to go. This is what this can do. It can help you put those notes together, summarize, input, do all those things, and improve your communication and your connection through proper collaboration. And I know from the lab to the room, y'all understand what I mean, right? All right. So here's the prompt, a prompt that you can use. Review my workflow. Review my workflow. Review everything that I put in. Recommend ways that AI could improve communication, documentation, and collaboration. Okay, it's bringing it all home for you. Okay, and again, you guys who are more experienced can even improve on these prompts. Okay, I built a prompt. Well, that's a whole nother thing. Won't go there. And again, another demonstration that's in your workbook for you that you can use to help catapult or get you started, okay, in this area. Remember, we're learning, growing. This is the part of the fuel that you need to keep going, okay? I turn in your notes into a clear task list. Yep, I met with the president of Texas College last week, had all these written down notes. I was scribbling. And then I had on the way home from Tyler, Texas, I had some more notes that I scribbled because I'm a pen paper person before I put anything in the computer. I'm just old school like that. But it helps me because when I got home, I was able to take a picture of what she said, take a picture of the information that she gave me that their college goes by, take a picture of the notes that I had based on our meeting and all the things that I was downloading and processing, and I put it in chat. And I said, break this down for me, help me put together so that I could see a workflow and a plan. And that helped me to put together the workshop I have for them tomorrow. How much time did that save me? Oh my God, we're entrepreneurs. We don't have a lot of time. Okay, so utilize it. And that helped me to, oh no, let me forget my tip. AI should improve relationships, not replace them. Although sometimes I want them to be replaced. Okay, just keep being human. Okay, just being human because we're still us. And we're keeping the human in the what? Ooh, I like y'all. Boy. All right, just real quick. I keep my eye on the clock. All right. Everything comes together. I think you heard me say that earlier with the framework. Okay. Everything comes together. We get to connect, find out how we could connect to our clients, connect to everybody around us. We did that this morning with networking. So I bet you when you go back, because I know what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a picture of all of y'all's cards that I got. Okay, and I'm going to upload them, and it's going to give me a whole Excel spreadsheet of all of you. Okay, that gave me that information. All right, so then it'll help me communicate with you. Okay, the message I send to Trisha may be different from what I send to April, just based on what they do, what I've learned that they do, right? But it helps me to do that, and it saves me time. Okay, and then collaboration. Okay, it gives me opportunity. I can ask it, I can prompt it and say, okay, based on all the people that I met with and and what they do, who is it that I can best collaborate with, why, who I can support better, what can I do for them? Because it's not always about what someone can do for you, okay? It's a give and a take, okay? And sometimes it might just be one way, you might just be giving, okay? But it starts to establish that relationship, okay? And then that gives me an opportunity to have some business growth, that conquer down there. Notice it doesn't say conquer, it says business growth, okay? All right, so your workbook, in your workbook, it's an activity. So you want to, what you're gonna do with that is to think about, based on the framework, and you don't have to do it now, not what I'm asking you to do. I want you to take a picture of your notes and do all the things and process. But you want to go back and you want to think about what is one project or that I want to do that I want, or what is one problem, thank you, Stephanie, of course, correct there, that I want to work on, something that's been bothering me, something that's not working for me, that I want to use as my first project to have AI to support me. Because remember, AI works for you. You keep that attitude, you're gonna go a long way. That's the way I feel. AI works for me. I don't work for AI. I know you're collecting all of this information, that's all fine and dandy, but you work for me. Okay? So y'all just got an employee, even if you didn't know it. Y'all know that? Okay. Just checking in. All right. Here's your prompt that you can use. Based on everything we've discussed today, recommend the first AI project I should complete this month. This month. Create a step-by-step implementation plan. Step by step. Give you everything. And then after it gives it to you, you're gonna review it. You're gonna say, no, I can't do that. Okay, this like this, that. And then you're gonna actually execute. Okay. This is reducing, if you think about it, some of the overwhelm that we get because we usually have to think about all of this ourselves. And by the time you get to the implementation, you're like, I'm tired. I'm gonna set this down over here. And then if you like me, you might not get back to it because I done moved on someplace else. Okay. And you don't want to do that. Okay. So use it to help you be able to execute and move forward and conquer even the smallest tasks. Okay. Find out where it's helpful. And if you do like I do, what I do is I create a playbook. Okay. I have it to create a playbook for me that allows me, it gives me an opportunity to be able to go back and look at what I've done. Okay. And as you scale, that's very important because things you might be elevated, right? All right. If I don't do anything else, we got to get through trust. Okay. I got 4 minutes. Think critically. Okay. Verify important information before using it. Respect privacy. That's already been talked about. Okay. Respect privacy. Never upload confidential information. Use AI transparently. Notice I've already said these things, right? All right. Stay inclusive. Watch for bias, stereotypes, or exclusion of any people. Okay. Period. That's my HR hat too. We don't do that. Okay. And then take ownership. You are responsible for every decision you make. Okay. You can't go to court. I promise you. Lawyers have learned and say, well, AI told me. I'm used to this. The HR told me I could do. Okay. No, we can't do that. Okay. So keep that in mind. AI supports your judgment. It never replaces because I'm included in that, our responsibility. Okay. And from the nods of the head, I think everybody gets that. All right. And don't worry about writing it down because you're going to get these slides. I'm going to make sure that you get them. Okay. Build your roadmap. Okay. This is just another part of your implementation that I put in your workbook, right? Choosing that one business challenge and then following those steps down. Okay. Your 30-day challenge. And it could be a 3-day challenge for all that, a week challenge. I put 30 days, that's fine. But week 1, you want to learn. Okay. Use it to learn about you and your business. Okay. Or just to set some expectations, some goals of what you want to do. Okay. Then practice. Okay. Practice. Practice prompting. Allow the system to teach you. Here's another tip. When you are going into chat or any other platform, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to put information in there. It's going to spit it back. Watch how it communicates back to you. And then use that. If it helps to improve the way you prompt, use that to teach you how to do better prompting. Because that kind of reduces or mitigates that garbage in. Thank you. Improve. There you go. On the prove it and then measure. Okay. Measure your business. When I say that, as you begin to prompt and learn more about the platform that you're working on and your business, you want to go put what we call key performance indicators or goals or measures that you want. Put that inside of ChatGPT. If that's a thing you're not doing in your business right now and you want to know how to measure it, ask that system how you can do it. Okay? Based on the business that you have. It's going to change your life because data is very important. Okay? All right, here it is. Speak out loud your commitment. This week I will. You do not have to say it, but I do want you to write it down. Okay? This week I will. So for me, this week, I will complete, okay, my AR workshop for Texas College. And then I will follow up, because I know how my week is looking, with those who I've met doing my presentation today, Texas University. Okay? Please know, you are the expert. No one, Stephanie, Miss Catherine, no one can take the knowledge that you have away from you. Okay? Anybody can get up here and do this presentation. They might can't do it like Stephanie. Do this presentation. Okay? Period. Sharing your knowledge, doing that. Okay? So it doesn't replace your experience, your creativity, the relationships that you build, or your ability to lead. So keep that in mind every day. Know what it says, and it amplifies them. Okay? All right. Now this is the last slide, ladies and gentlemen, and it better work. Okay. All right, it better work. The other one's kind of hidden, right? But this right here, I'm gifting you all a phase 2 prompt pack. Okay. And if it doesn't come out, that's okay. I'm going to give it to you all to give to them that can help you move. So the prompts in there are a little bit more in depth than the first ones that I shared in the slides that you may want. All right. Again, my name is Stephanie Freeman. I hope that something that I've said today will not only help you to grow, but elevate even more. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. All right, it is question time. So I am going to ask Kimberly, do we have any questions online? We will start with you guys.
Yes, we do. Most of them have to do with security, so I'm going to try to combine them. That way we get everybody's question. One is that notebook. The language model says that it's secure and that it does not train on content. So does that mean that it's confidential or local to your account? And other questions about how secure are paid AI programs when you connect your calendar and other items to it. Another question about how can we be sure how the information we're inputting is being used? So those 3 questions kind of all fall under the umbrella of security. So I thought I'd group them together.
Okay, so the first one was about the PDF. Is that not coming through? I think I heard. I want to make sure I heard that clearly. No, the PDF came through. They were asking if Notebook LM. Oh, Notebook LM. Okay. Says that it doesn't use your information. Is that the case? Kimberly, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I heard for the first question.
Yeah, it says that Notebook doesn't train on content, but does that mean it's confidential? And the other questions are along the same line. Like, how do you know what you're putting in, how it's used by the language model?
And still talking about LM Notebook or? all of
In
them?
general.
Okay, someone said it in the room, and let me be clear on this. There is no guarantee of confidentiality at all. That's what you have to keep that in mind when you use any of these platforms. Now, you can set up your platform for example, in ChatGPT. There's actually, if you go into settings, and it's probably with others as well, Claude, you can go in and say, don't share this information to teach others. There's a button, you actually have to turn it on or turn it off, right? Now, that's one way that you can kind of mitigate it, but you have to go in to any of these platforms knowing that if there is the potential that your information may not be, could be leaked out somewhere, all of that. So I will never, ever tell anyone that this is confidential. Unless it's something I have built myself, can guarantee it, and that it just is not happening. Okay, so I hope that answered that question.
Yes.
And that's why, again, we talk about the information that you put in, not putting in PII. Don't put in your bank information. Don't put in your social security number. So yes, some people need me to break it down like that. Okay.
Or your clients.
Or your client's information, credit cards, unless you're dealing with something like Stripe, that there you go. They say this company, if you're dealing with one of those platforms they take that responsibility on. Okay. But none of the others. Does that answer the question?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in person. Question. Is not so.
Hi, Stephanie. I just want to say that I am a skeptic. I'm going to remain a skeptic because that's just my nature.
And we need you.
But I want to say that I, at the moment, don't have any questions, which is a good sign. And of all the AI, because there's so many people out there starting to teach how to implement AI, got it here, we've got it in some of the other things around town and stuff. This is the first time that anyone has actually given me a roadmap for how to actually use it.
Thank you.
Not what to use it for, but how to use it.
And how to use it well.
Thank you.
So
Actually, I want to add to
that's
that.
huge. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all gonna make me cry. Don't do that.
Everybody, any questions online? One minute, let me get Kimberly.
No, not right now. Thank you.
All
It's a
right,
compliment, though.
that is a compliment. That's when we get tons of questions.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, my husband loves to use ChatGPT. And I even got on to him the other day, I was like, I do not want your AI email. Like, write me an email, or even I use it, I'll say, hey, I need to respond to this email, but I can make it my own.
Yes.
Chat also knows I don't like the long asterisk that it puts in there.
Yep.
It looks fake.
Yes.
And I'll even say, hey,
It's a dead
let's
giveaway.
chat GPT. Okay.
Yeah, dead giveaway.
Yes, but now after this, I feel more excited about using it, and you've actually confirmed the way I was using it. I will say something a little creepy though. I do use it for recipes, and somehow she knew my son's name and that he may not like a spice in it. And I had never told her anything like that, so that was a little weird. Yes. So yes, be careful. With what you're saying, you have the app open or however that works, I have no idea.
So we talked about that. I've talked about that before. If you notice, my husband and I have been in the car talking, and all of a sudden, she comes on. I'm like, ain't nobody saying nothing to you. What are you? Always listening. That's why I say you always got to take that in consideration. Little bitty things tell you that, and then Yes, it can get crazy, but I would immediately say, do not put my son's name in anything else.
Anything, because it was kind of helpful.
Okay, all right. If you felt what he did, then that is awesome. And let me not forget to say thank you. When I say that blesses my spirit a lot, it's sometimes can be challenging to see what direction the Lord wants to take you in and what you do, because I've seen so many people doing so many things, okay, which is a part of the overwhelm, right? And so don't do that. Stay in your lane and work it like nobody else can. All right. So thank you guys so much. You have been a true blessing.
Maybe only for July for us to produce more next to every.
Thank you, Stephanie, once again.
To be around in the room.
We have somebody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Such great information. You've heard from the audience, you've heard from the online audience. So online audience, thank you. I just want to kind of let us know what's coming up. In September, we have the pleasure of having Miss Tracy. As you probably know, or if you don't know, our startup grant opens up September 1st. And so Tracy will be sharing with all of us some insights on how to get that completed accurately for success.
Yes.
So Tracy will be presenting that to us September the 8th. And by the way, it's the day after Labor Day. Yes. It's the day after Labor Day. And so we need to keep that in mind. Monday, we're off. Tuesday, we're here. And just remember all that. Okay? All right. I think those are all the announcements I have. I've talked about Startup Grant. I talked about Tracy speaking in September. Tracy, do I have anything else?
That's probably good.
That's it.
Hey, ladies in the virtual room, we will be doing another round of breakout. I had the poll going. Looks like you guys are almost finished with that. Appreciate you doing that. It helps us to know what you need from us in the future. It also helps the speaker to know how they did and what you might want to change. So, okay, looks like we're done with that. And we will go into another round of, whoa, 5 chats popped up just in that short time. Okay, I think we got all those things done. So we have the startup grant application opens. Something that comes up often about the accelerator, I do want to be very clear, there is no money attached to the accelerator. I know some accelerators do have money attached. Ours do not. And you can't do both. You can't get an accelerator and a grant in the same year because we want to spread the wealth. Literally, you know, the budget that we're given from the state legislature, we don't want it all going to the same women repeatedly because they have a great knack for filling out an application. So if you have been in an accelerator in the last year, you aren't eligible for the grants, but you are the next year. There's always that choice. Do I do the accelerator or do I do the grant? Because unfortunately, we do have accelerator applications opening and we also have the grant application opening. I can tell you the number one feedback I get is that I'm glad I did the accelerator before I applied for the grant because now I know what I actually need and I'll spend that money correctly. That doesn't apply as much to our rural grant, who the founders are a little more established. But just letting you know that many of you had asked questions about the accelerator, and we have a lot of accelerator sisters on the call. One of the great things is our virtual accelerator is just we're fine-tuning it every time, and it's really taken off to be a great program. So if we are in an area that you if you're in an area that we're not coming to, consider that virtual, which applications will open in January. There was a question real quick. Is this open to nonprofits? Unfortunately, it is not. All of our training and programs are open to nonprofits, but not the accelerator or the grants, because they are truly funded through the state legislature. And the whole concept is that we are improving the Texas economy. But you can attend everything, all stuff like WeRISE, quarterly workshops, Saturday workshops, and we've got some great ones coming up in the fall. I will set up another round of breakouts for those of you that want to continue sharing your business, making your ask, making your offer. Please make sure that you give everybody in the room time to share their business. Sometimes we get excited and go a little on and on. So let me recreate these rooms real quick. Let's see here. And you should be being invited now. As always, if you end up in a room by yourself, I will move you. Christina, I know you have packed Zooms the rest of the day. I got it if you need to go take a coffee break before your next call.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Great program today. I'll talk to you
Yeah,
soon.
well, it was good. I'm excited to, I don't get to follow as closely because I'm also looking for questions and stuff. In East Texas, Pam, are you still here? You probably pop into a break.
We'll circle back, Kimberly. Thank you so much. Have a good day, all.
Yeah.
Bye.